Hi everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Chloe, and if you are new here then please do stick around and hit that subscribe button down below because I would love that. So before we get started with today's video, I just want to quickly announce my giveaway winner. So I've already messaged her on her Instagram and I've sent the parcel off, but I just want to say her name is Amy McDonald, and I'm going to link her YouTube channel and her Instagram below because I know that she has both of those. So congratulations to you, and I hope that you enjoy your little gifts. So today's video is my experience on the implant. I'm not a doctor, a nurse or anything like that, but I'm just telling you guys my experience on the contraceptive implant. So if you are interested in hearing about it, then please do stick around and watch to the end. Okay, so a little bit of context about my implant right now. So my implant actually ran out in April just gone, but I can't get it changed because of coronavirus, who's ruining our lives. But it doesn't matter because I'm not sexually active at the moment anyway. But yeah, it is run out, so I can kind of talk about how it's affecting me now and how it affected me when I was on it in like full swing, you know. So yeah, it's been 3 years in my arm, so I can tell you my experience. Right, so I'm gonna firstly talk about getting the implant and how I went about doing that. So I'd never been on any form of contraception before. This is my first proper boyfriend who I was sexually active with. So yeah, I rang up a website called Let's Talk About It. It's like an NHS website. I will link it below. And I rang them up and they basically just booked me in when I could, or when they could, and when I could as well, to be fair, both of us. So yeah, they booked me in for a date. Then on that day I obviously went and got it put in. So what happens when you get it put in is that they numb your arm. So it used to be put in down here, I think, but they've changed it to here, so my one's like here. So they numb your arm with like a tiny little needle. It doesn't hurt at all, and then yeah, you just wait a couple of minutes and then they give you like a little like prick, and then they're like, does that hurt? Can you feel it? For me, I was like, yeah. She was like, okay, it's not worked yet. So then a few minutes later she did it again. She was like, can you feel that? I was like, no. So my arm was obviously numb, and then they just have this little like, it's like a clicky pen, but it's not. But I wasn't really looking, to be honest. I was looking at the wall because I didn't want to see it, but I was basically lying down, and then yeah, they just do like something, and all I had was like a little like a click, and it was in. And I have a tiny little scar now from when it was put in. So yeah, that was it. Bandaged you up, sent me on my way. So I still could drive home and everything like that, like it was fine. So I got home and there was a tiny bit of like, oh actually, no, I got home and I left the bandage on for, I think you have to leave it on for, it's either a couple of hours or a whole day, I can't remember, to be honest. And then I took it off and there was like a tiny bit of like yellowy bruising around the implant, but that was literally it for me. But I do know that some people who bruise quite easily have like massive bruise on their arm, but I think that's quite unlikely. Mine was just like a really little light bruise. So in the first 2 weeks, I think it was, of being on the implant, I had a period that lasted like the full 2 weeks. It wasn't really heavy or anything like that. It was just quite a light period, but yeah, it was fine. It was manageable, but I also was like, I hope this doesn't like happen all the time. But I do know that one of the side effects for the implant is either like a really light period or an irregular period or none at all. So for me, I got none at all, but I got maybe one like every like 6 to like 9 months, maybe I just got one. But yeah, really irregular and nothing much at all. So then after those 2 weeks the period stopped, and yeah, it was fine after that. Didn't really have one. One of the side effects is acne. I didn't get acne. Didn't make my spots that much worse, I don't think. I think maybe around my period they were a bit worse, like when I should have been on my period they were worse, but it wasn't really anything noticeable at all. The good thing with the Nexplanon implant is that it doesn't have estrogen in it. So I know a lot of people can't have estrogen or can't have anything with that in. So this implant doesn't have that in it. So if you can't have that, then the implant's a good one for you. I will link the NHS website down below about the implant, and it will literally tell you like the pros, the cons, like everything about it. But I do know that it's more than 99% effective, so it is a really good one to have. And there's not really like a major side effect of like weight gain or anything like that. So when I was in the implant, I didn't have any weight gain. In fact, I lost weight, but that might have just been down to like chance. But in the first year of having it, that summer was literally like my skinniest summer. I hadn't been that skinny before. But again, that might not have been down to the implant, but I feel like it might have been, because since it's run out, I've actually gained a little bit of weight. But obviously we are in lockdown, so it's probably what that is. But yeah, the only side effects I guess I really got whilst being on the implant is I got headaches quite a lot more. Not like majorly loads, but I did notice a noticeable amount more headaches. And also like I felt quite, I got pregnancy symptoms a lot, so like breast tenderness and like nausea, and obviously headaches, that's also, you know, one, and no period. So it was kind of, sometimes I was like, oh my god, am I pregnant? Like, am I pregnant? And I would take tests and I'll tell my mum like, I think I'm pregnant. We'd take a test, I wouldn't be pregnant. I was never pregnant, because one of the side effects of the implant is nausea, like headaches, and breast tenderness really. But it was absolutely fine, because most of the time I was like, I know that I'm not, but I just want to do a test anyway. So yeah, but other than that, literally fine. I recommend the implant to anyone who like says about being on contraception. My friend has got it and she is like me, she's had a great experience. Sorry about my pen, I need to put that down. She's had a great experience on it, but then my other friend, she had it and she had to get it taken out early because she absolutely hated it. So it is really down to the person, but my experience personally was absolutely fine. And the good thing that kind of rests my mind as well is that as soon as you come off the implant, your fertility just like returns straight away. Obviously I'm not looking to get pregnant. I actually wanted to get the implant put in again because my 3 years was up, but obviously I can't because of coronavirus. But it's fine, I'm on a waiting list, so it shouldn't be too long after all this is over when I can. But yeah, no, I really do recommend it, but obviously definitely go to your doctors first, and then they can like make sure that you are suitable for it. Or if you're not, there's so many other forms of contraception. Obviously there's like the pills, the coil, like there are so many things, I can't remember them all right now. Or there's obviously just a condom. But yeah, I really did get on with the implant very, very well. And since coming off of it, the only thing I've really noticed, obviously I said about the weight gain, but again we are in quarantine and I've not been doing that much exercise, to be honest. So I'm going to put that down to being in quarantine, not the implant. The only thing that I would say that I've kind of noticeably noticed is my skin does look a bit better. It wasn't ever horrendous, but it has cleared up immensely. It just looks a bit healthier, like a bit more glowy. And the other thing is that I feel like I can control my moods a bit more, like my head is a bit clearer. Because sometimes when I was on the implant, basically like if I'd just get moody for no reason at all, and I was like, oh my god, why do I feel so moody? But since like it's run out, I don't feel moody at all. And if I do feel moody, I'm like, oh, I can really like feel the moodiness, if that makes sense. It's kind of weird, it like blurs your vision, it like blurs your mind, and you're just kind of, I don't know, it's really hard to explain unless you've been on it. But yeah, I really recommend the Nexplanon implant because that's the only contraception I've ever been on. So yeah, I do actually have 2 questions from one of my friends, so I'm just going to answer them in this video because it's a bit shorter than what I thought it would be. Right, let's get them up. There's only 2. I remember her sending them to me for my boy talk video, but I didn't do it about like sex in the end. So I've just still got them on my phone. Yeah, so the first one is, do you think the contraceptive pill, for example, is doing more damage to our bodies than we might think? So obviously, like I said, I haven't been on the pill, so I don't really know about all of that. I haven't really looked into the pill either because I just always knew I wanted the implant. But I would say no, because I think there's enough studies to know what the side effects are of the pill and of the implant, etc. So I don't think they're doing more harm to our bodies than we think. I think it's just a case of like, there's very rare side effects that could happen. Like I know the pill, one of the pills for example, I can't remember which one, there's like, it's associated with like blood clots and stuff, but obviously that is so rare, and if you are not meant to be on it, like if you've got, that's why you need to go to your doctors, because they will tell you like, no, this isn't suitable for you, you've got high blood pressure or whatever, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a doctor or a nurse, but I personally, I don't think that there's doing any more harm to our bodies than what we would know about, because there's so much studies and stuff that have like looked into them. And then the second question is, if you have a boyfriend, do you think it's necessary for a girl to take a pill, or is using just a condom fine? I think using a condom is absolutely fine, 100% it is. For me though, personally, I just like the peace of mind of having the implant, because I'm like, if we, you know, wanted to have sex and we one day like just didn't have a condom or whatever, we can just still do it and it's fine because I have the implant. And at the end of the day, I, as a woman who would be giving birth to a child if I ever were to get pregnant, I'm probably the one that is going to have, well, I am the one who is going to have the responsibility of having the child. So I personally want the responsibility of controlling not having one, in terms of having contraception in me. Do you know what I mean? Obviously a condom, you can use a condom as well or instead of, but I just like to know that I've got it and it's like more than 99% effective. And it's in my arm for 3 years, like I've not got to worry about it. It's just easy to just have it. If it's a pill for example, I don't think, again, it's necessary. If you don't want to put your body through having any form of contraception or hormones or whatever like in you, then absolutely do not like make your partner wear a condom. But just for like peace of mind, for me personally, I like to be in control of it, but I don't think it's necessary at all. Okay, so my battery is actually flashing red, so I'm gonna wrap the video up here. But basically, moral of the story is, I love the implant. I got on really well with it, but it's definitely down to personal preference. But go to your doctor and then they can sort you out of any form of contraception that you want or can have or whatever. But thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed and I hope this helped you a little bit. Like I said, I will link some vital links down below about information. But yeah, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you did enjoy it, and I shall see you in my next one, guys. Bye.